guys, it's Amanda, the Pay It Forward Mom. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I have to say that on social media, Back to School Day is one of my all-time favorite days of the year. I truly adore seeing everyone's children blow up the news feed with the cute little signs saying what they want to be when they grow up and their grade and their teacher and all that jazz. I find a lot of joy in that. So please keep them coming. I know some kids have already started back, but I feel like the bulk, they're just every picture today, and I love it. One of my friends, she always does our cakes for Mom Prom here in Richmond. Her daughter is starting high school this year, and she posted this adorable picture of her daughter walking, and she's laying on the ground of their driveway with her arm holding her foot, and I thought it was so funny. I definitely want to reenact that one day. So thanks for sharing your creativity, Jana. But I will say that as much joy as this day brings to kids and a lot of parents, for a lot of other parents, it's really hard. And I'm one of those people, and you guys know my kids started, today was the beginning of week 3. So we've been in full swing, and this is the first time in 10 years that I have not had children at home. And it's very weird. I'm not liking it at all right now. Of course, it's nice to have that break, and I definitely see where the excitement can come. Summer can get kind of long during those dog days, especially towards the end. If you have more than one child, they're usually like nagging one another by then, and it can be like, ah! But just jumping right back into things where they're just gone all the time is really hard for me, and I feel like I could be losing my mind, quite frankly. I just am so... I can't even explain it, but it feels so weird to be here alone. It's so quiet, and it's just going to take some getting used to. So I just wanted to recognize the fact that for a lot of parents, it's not the most exciting day of the year, and that's okay. And your kids, my mom always stresses this to me. She's like, you want them to grow up and succeed and to experience things. And of course, right? Of course. But it's just really hard to not have them around when that's what you're used to. Hang in there, mamas. Especially, I said something today on Facebook. I said, especially those with kindergartners who are going off for the first time. A friend of mine said, how about your high school seniors that are going off for the last time? Because I guarantee you that is way harder. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. I'm gonna need to start like therapy probably 2 years in advance to when they go off to college. So I know a couple groups of moms who will do like mimosa parties, or our school has this coffee date for the first day, and I've just never been able to go because I honestly feel depressed. And I think that this is kind of, as we go into week 3, I don't know, I'm just dreading it, but I think maybe give it a month, give it 2 months, everything will be fine and it'll become normal, but it's a really hard transition. So just wanted to shout out to you mamas who are maybe having a hard time today and say, we're in this together, you're gonna be fine, we've got this, right? And here's to the next chapter, because it really is a totally new chapter if you're alone for the first time. With that said, I took on a new project a couple of weeks ago. I haven't wanted to say anything quite yet, but I'm very excited about it. It'll be 2 weeks ago on Thursday, I accepted a position as president of the board of the RVA Creative Wellness Center. So I'm super excited to see where this goes and all the opportunities it opens, and I'm just so eager to give back in this way and take on this new adventure. It was very overwhelming to think like president of the board. That sounds kind of intimidating, but the more that I thought about it, I'm like, I can totally handle this and I'm gonna crush it. And the other members of the board are so awesome and supportive. We'll build each other up, we'll all help each other, and we're gonna make it awesome. So opening weekend is that first weekend of October. There's going to be a lot of events going on that weekend that will be for free to get people in the door to check it out. Again, it is a 501c3, and the idea is to combine mind, body. There's a lot of therapists. There's going to be support groups, also yoga classes, art classes. It's going to be a very amazing journey. And I'm going to post, the website is just going live here soon. So I'm going to post the link and you guys can come check it out. And of course, I'll be posting constantly when we get all the promo stuff rolling out for that first weekend in October. So be sure to follow on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. So guys, the only other thing I wanted to share with you this week is a new obsession of mine. You know, I like to share my things that I find that I just like can't live without. And so as you're probably noticing, a lot of it will go in like little spurts. You know, I find something new that I love and then I become like obsessed with it for a little bit. But that is podcasts. And I know I'm very late to the party, but I saw someone post about this podcast, Serial, a couple weeks ago, and I had never heard of Serial. Apparently it's the biggest podcast of all time. Maybe not anymore, but I'm pretty sure that statistic was recent, even though Serial is not necessarily, I forget what year it started, but years ago. So there's 2 seasons of Serial, and I did the second one first, but they're not related, so it doesn't matter at all what order you do the seasons. I was thinking it might be more about like a serial killer or something, and I get freaked out watching Dateline. I used to love that stuff, but the last couple of years I just get so freaked out. I can't I can't handle it. So anyway, I looked into it and it wasn't, so I started it, and it was actually a war mystery and a military based mystery. And I wouldn't have necessarily chosen that, you know, if I was going to read a book. It wouldn't have been on my top 10 list, but it was amazing and I was instantly hooked, and it's captivating, this story. You cannot stop listening. So then I did do the first season, which was about a murder mystery, but it wasn't very graphic. I don't know, it didn't make me feel like scared, you know. Sarah Koenig, who is the host, she just narrates so well, and it's so well researched, and it was really, really amazing. So then I went to one of their sister podcasts called S-Town, and that's short for Shittown, Alabama. And that was incredible as well. Definitely not anything scary, but just really mind-blowing and interesting. The people that come into this narrator's life. What I've been doing since the kids started school is like purging my house, you know, going through closets and getting rid of things and just trying to get really, really organized now that they're all in school full time, and I feel like I can take that time and attention from my day and do that. So I've been listening to these podcasts, and I'm telling you, I'm obsessed. Like, my best friends are so sick of hearing about how into podcasts I am over the last couple of weeks, but I'm so glad I found it when I did, so my house isn't like totally quiet. I have something to listen to, and I feel like, you know, it's just like reading a book, and I hardly ever have time to read books, and I miss that. So I highly recommend those, and I'll put links to those. Right now I am onto one that's pretty scary. It's called Up and Vanished, and if you're into things like that, you'd really like it. The guy who started it, Payne Lindsay, was a documentary producer and tried this podcast thing, and it just blew up. So I don't really know for sure if that's what he's doing like full-time or if he's doing both, but it's really good. It's really good. You can't stop listening. Yeah, so that's pretty much what's new here, guys. I just wanted to touch base and say happy first day of school to all of my friends and give you that little PSA about it not being a huge celebration to everyone, and just let you know that you're not alone if you're not feeling just overly elated today. Last but not least, you guys like this shirt? I paired it with some white shorts, even though it's after Labor Day. I love to do that. You can call it winter white if you will, but it's like, 100 degrees outside. So I think it's good. But it's a Tote. I said in my last video, I was so excited to get back into my routine of life. And I am, and I've got these new clothes this week that are amazing, and I will ship them back probably Thursday-ish, Friday, so I can get new clothes at the beginning of next week. Tote is the bomb, guys. So I do have some links for free ones. I'll put those in the description. Lots will be in the description. Check it out, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.